Mom, what did you like most about the Phineas and Ferb episode Nerds of a Feather? I've been thinking about watching it, and I rewatched it since we were just at the 2025 Chicago Fan Expo.
Oh, I think it was a good sort of lighthearted take on the rivalries between different groups within science fiction and fantasy. You know,
Like rivals between different fandoms.
between different fandoms, right? How crucially important it is to them that when you think about it, well, it's just like which movie or book series or whatever is better, and but they get very, very, very invested in it. You know, willing to go to war over it. You know, that hill they're going to die on, so to speak, and yeah, they really have more in common than you would think from them fighting, because they're all fans.
Yes.
You know, they're all passionate fans. It's just a matter of like, well, what they're fans of. It's not really that different.
That's right. Instead of the blue and the gray, what were you saying?
Well, they just poked a lot of fun out of it. It had really like some clever lines and lyrics, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. It's instead of the blue and the gray, we had the blue and the green going on with like the blue team of science fiction and the green team of fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Baljeet, Irving, and Phineas were on Team Space Adventure, while Albert, Buford, and Ferb were on Team Stumbleberry Fink Bat. Did I say that correctly? Stumbleberry Fink Bat.
Right, the Finkies.
The Speckies and the Finkies.
Speckies and Finkies, right.
Phineas Flynn and later on also his sister Candace Flynn served as very good mediators, trying to break the tension between this whole time, even though they were different teams. Ferb and Phineas were always trying to break the tension between both teams of nerdy cosplayers to unite them in spite of their differences and help them realize they're not so different after all.
Yeah.
Everyone here loves your work. In fact, the only reason they're not in line to see you is that they're about to go to war over which of your movies is better.
Oh man, I don't want to hear that. I became a special effects artist to join the nations of this earth together in peace and hope.
And in her other storyline, Candace also went that with Susie, right? Because even though Candace and Susie are enemies who always fighting for Jeremy's affection and attention, suddenly Susie. They learned that they both like they learned that they both like controlling their brothers Jeremy and Phineas, and in this other case in Nerds of a Feather, Susie and Candace also ironically have a shared interest of Ducky Momo in common with one another.
Yeah, I think that really helped her score points with Jeremy as well.
I agree. Say if Isabella and Jenny were both of Alison Stoner's girls were at this convention, which team do you think they'd be on? Do you think they'd be on Team Space Adventure or Team Stumbleberry Fink Bat?
Alison Stoner's girls?
The girls that Alison Stoner plays in Phineas and Ferb, Isabella Garcia Shapiro and Jenny Brown.
Oh, well, Isabella would definitely be on Phineas's team.
The Space Adventure team?
Space Adventure team, the Speckies, yeah, because he'd be on whatever team Phineas is on.
Your taste is suspect, Isabella! Who even thinks triangles are cute? He's more than a triangle! That's not like me.
I can kind of see how Jenny, being a lot of nature and different animals. I can see Jenny taking Ferb's side with the Stumbleberry Fink Bat fans.
Yeah, she'd be a Finky.
I agree.
Yeah, so you get one of them in each side.
Nicely done. And how about yours, Jenny?
Well, I fashioned this dove to symbolize my desire for world peace and a true...
Yeah.
Luckily for Candace, I think Skyliners Academy combines the best of both genres, where she plays, where Candace's voice actress plays the stealth elf.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
I have unfortunate news to report, Master. Ferb is dressed like an elf.
We lost Ferb, too? He's not lost. He's just enjoying another genre.
But yeah, because the stealth elf, well, elf kind of belongs with the whole fantasy thing, but the powers are more high-tech, along with more of a space adventure thing, yeah. That's what you're thinking, something like that, right?
Yes, I was thinking about that.
Okay.
and I believe Candace would make an excellent Skylander. I talked to the Chaos voice actor Richard Horvitz at Chicago Fan Expo the day before I filmed this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got good observational skills, and she's motivated and ambitious and action oriented. Yeah, I think so.
Not to mention, spoiler alert, Stealth Elf was the first one to uncover the dark secret of Dark Spyro.
You try watching all 8 Undead Invasion movies in a row.
Eruptor, they only made one Undead Invasion movie. You just watched the same movie 8 times.
Now that I think about it, the plots did seem rather recycled.
And
Candace does like uncovering secrets.
Yes, and the C storyline with
Together, they are.
Doof and Puss!
Tonight's episode, Ham on Rye, Hold the Mayor.
doesn't really have anything to do with Phineas and Ferb's A story or Candace and Jeremy's B story, but it was kind of, it was quite a funny punchline to see, it was a funny long shot way of reuniting Dan Povenmire with his former superior from Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane, who plays the guy to which Dr. Doofenshmirtz is pitching his show.
Yeah, okay, it was a parallel storyline with not a lot of intersection, but because it was a parallel storyline, it was an exploration of similar themes, I think. I mean, the fans, they weren't like book fans, they were like media fans, right? They were talking about which movies were better, right?
Yes.
Even though they were, like, I think, all based on books. But I think they were still talking about media, right?
Yes.
The show with the Doofenpuss, right? And the movies with the two fandoms. So they're all,
Space Adventure is still very think back.
yeah. So they're all still poking fun at media. And in the case of Doofenpuss, like sort of how it gets made, what happens behind the scenes to make it better or worse than the creator's intention, and so forth. So
and the morally and legally questionable measures through which one will go to pitch their TV show storyboards to a television executive who has the authority to greenlight it.
yeah, the writers are clearly, making felt how they felt about executive interference in their creative process.
I actually kind of enjoy the irony of how, like, even though Heinz Doofenshmirtz wanted to calculate, even though Heinz Doofenshmirtz carefully calculated commercial appeal for financial gain, his the one shred of artistic integrity he has, for which he will not stand, is giving Perry the Platypus a girlfriend, which is also true for the real Dan Povenmire when he created Phineas and Ferb, not just his Dr. Doofenshmirtz character pitching the show to the television executive with a similar name to Seth MacFarlane.
Just a thought, though. Can we give the platypus a girlfriend?
What? Never! Oh, suddenly you know my characters better than me? Forget it. I'm no sellout.
Yeah, why does Doof get a girlfriend? Why only Perry?
I can see why he does something like that, yes.
Yeah, poor Doofenshmirtz. He gets to be divorced dad and mad scientist.
Anyways, after all that madness with Doofenshmirtz was over, I'm sure Perry the Platypus was happy to get it for untie himself and Jeff McGarland, and then slip back to his four-legged pet identity and quietly reunite with Candace, Ferb, and Phineas at wherever they are in that convention.
Oh yeah, it gives more meaning to where's Perry. I mean, he turns up when they're like far from home. Oh, there's Perry. If they thought about it, I think I'd have just figured he'd followed them. They're his precious owners.
Yes, that's also quite feasible.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he has like an excuse to be wherever they are. That has nothing to do with the secret identity.
That's right. Anyways, yeah, I that was kind of awesome how Phineas and Ferb used they got to getting in touch with someone who worked who worked on special effects for both movie franchises, Stumbleberry, Thinkpad, and Space Adventure. That really helped them. That really helped them and Candace unite the two fandoms, going to the civil warring over which of their nerd franchises is the better one. The Clive Aston told Ferb and Phineas that they could really make it as visual effects artists, and then Ferb said that he's actually more interested in directing, and Clive Aston said doing both, which holds a lot more weight when you notice that Kevin Smith actually is one who played Clive Addison's voice.
Yeah, that was good. That was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Give me a call in 10 years. I'll hire the both of you in a heartbeat.
Actually, what I'd love to do is direct.
Oh, you and me both.
Speaking of visual effects artists who want to become directors, I think you should all check out the Sandrino Pizzazinak cut of Obi-Wan Kenobi. On YouTube, he goes by the name Pixel Joker 95. This is a free endorsement for his channel because he worked as a visual effects artist in one episode of Andor, which honestly has much higher production values than Obi-Wan Kenobi, and so think of it like the Joss Whedon cut and the Zack Snyder cut, the Justice League movie. The 6-part Obi-Wan Kenobi miniseries is the Deborah Chow cut, and once Pixel Joker 95 recuts it into the movie it should have been, with better visual effects and stand-ins for all the reshoots he needs to do. Kenobi Trials of the Master is the Sandrino Pizzazinak cut.
Okay, the 6-part series as the movie the way he would have seen it. Wow.
In this case, Deborah Chow is like Joss Whedon, and Sandrino Pizzazinak is like Zack Snyder after they polished the storyline of the Justice League and Obi-Wan Kenobi and gave it much better pacings.
Right. Cool. I'll have to look into that. I'd like to see that.
Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed our take on the way that Phineas and Ferb satirized nerd fandoms, then there's probably a lot of other Phineas and Ferb episodes you'll enjoy, and other Amphibia videos that you'll also enjoy seeing from me.